I've manufactured for dozens of clothing brands, and here's why most fail before launch. Most clothing brand advice online comes from people who've actually just sold clothes. I'm actually going to give you advice from someone who's actually made them for multiple different brands. Startup brands, schools, gyms, creators, fashion labels, all of them came through my factory floor. And what I've seen from that side of the table, it's honestly shocking. Because here's the thing, most of these brand owners had great ideas, good taste, real passion, but they were making the same mistakes at the same stages over and over again. And nobody was telling them the truth about why. So that's what this video is. Stay until the end because I'm going to walk you through the exact framework I wish every brand owner saw before they placed their first order. It could save you tens of thousands of rands and months of wasted time. So who am I? My name is Noah and I'm IMADETHEARK, a cut and sew clothing manufacturer based in Johannesburg, South Africa. We specialize in working with startup brands and small fashion labels with a low minimum order quantity. We do everything from your pattern drafting, your sampling, your bulk production, your material sourcing. We handle everything. And because we work specifically with brands at the early stage, I've had a front row seat to see what it actually takes to go from an idea to a product that's ready to sell. Over time, I realized that the knowledge I had from being on the production side, the stuff I see every single day, wasn't stuff these brand owners could easily find anyway. So I decided I'm going to share everything with you today. Alright, so the first thing I want to show you is this, right? There's 5 stages every clothing brand has to move through, because one of the biggest problems I see is that founders don't have a map, right? They're just winging it, spending money, making decisions, hoping for the best. And when you don't have a map, you skip steps, and when you skip steps, you lose money. So here are the 5 stages. Stage 1, we have concept. This is where everyone starts, right? You have an idea, you've got a vision for what the brand looks like, who it's for, but most people think it's just about aesthetics, the logo, the vibe, the colors, but concept is actually about positioning, right? So who is this for? What problem does it solve? What makes it different? If you can't answer those questions clearly, you're not ready to move forward yet. And that's completely okay, but you need to know that. Then we have our stage 2, which is the validation, right? So this is the stage most people skip entirely, and it's the most expensive skip you'll ever make, because the validation is about proving that people actually want to pay for your product before you spend money producing it. So that means pre-orders, that means your market research, that means posting content and seeing if anyone engages. That means talking to your target customer and asking hard questions. I've had brand owners come to me with 5,000 units ordered before they'd ever sold a single item. They were so convinced the product was good that they skipped validation completely. And some of them are still sitting on those boxes today. Then we have our stage 3, which is sampling. So this is actually my favorite part, right? So this is where we take your design from paper to physical product. So you get a sample made, you review it, you give feedback, you define it, you approve it. It sounds so simple. It's actually not that simple. And I'm going to spend a lot of time on this stage today because this is where the most money gets wasted. Stage 4 is production, right? So once your sample is approved, you go to bulk. This is your main production run. So your logistics, quality control, timelines, payment terms, all of that lives here. If stage 3 was done properly, stage 4 is relatively smooth. However, if stage 3 was rushed, stage 4 is a literal nightmare. Stage 5 is your launch and scale. Now you go to market, marketing, fulfillment, customer service, reorders, building the brand beyond the product. So see how I've highlighted stage 2 and stage 3? That's intentional. Those 2 stages are where I'm going to focus for the rest of the video, because in my experience, those are the ones that separate the brands that make it from the ones that don't. Okay, so let's talk about the 3 mistakes I see at the sampling stage over and over again, regardless of the type of brand, regardless of the budget. There's 3 things that come up constantly. So let's go over mistake number 1. No tech pack or brief. If you don't know what a tech pack is, it's just a document that tells your manufacturer exactly what you want to make. So it includes your measurements, your fabric specs, construction details, stitching, hardware, labels, everything. It's the blueprint. And you'd be shocked at how many brand owners come to manufacturers, including myself, with literally just a mood board, a photo of Pinterest, and the words, I want something like this. So this is actually something that we include in one of our services. In our design stage, is we help clients make their tech packs as they don't really know how, but also because they're going to be saving so much more money instead of having to go back and forth all the time with samples and ending up spending way more money than planned. So let me explain what happens when you do this, right? So your manufacturer has to guess firstly. We try our best, we ask questions, but we're working from incomplete information. So the sample comes back and it's not quite right, okay? Then you ask for changes, then it's another sample, still not right. Another sample. Now you've paid for 3 rounds of sampling when one would have done the job if you'd given us the proper brief from the start. So you see why this is important and how you can save money. No take back means double the cost and double the time. So in a manufacturing relationship, every extra round of sampling is money out of your pocket. Then we have mistake number 2, which is choosing the wrong manufacturer for your stage. This is one that people don't talk about enough because not all manufacturers are the same. There are mass production factories set up for hundreds or thousands of units, and there's also sampling first small round manufacturers set up specifically for brands at the early stage. So if you're a startup with a small budget going to a mass production factory, one of 2 things is going to happen. Either they're going to turn you away because your order isn't big enough, or they're going to take your money and give you a product that is rushed and poorly made because you're not priority client. Trust me, I'm speaking from experience. You need to find a manufacturer that is generally set up for your stage, one that's willing to do small runs, that communicates clearly, that understands the process of working with the brand that's still figuring things out. That's relationship matters way more than price. Then we have mistake number 3, which is skipping fit revision rounds. So your first sample is almost never your final product. I'm going to say that again. Your first sample is almost never your final product. There are always things to adjust. The fit might be slightly off. A seam might even sit in the wrong place perhaps. The fabric might behave differently on a body than it did in your head. This is completely normal and completely fixable, but only if you go through the revision process properly. So what I see brand owners do is get the first sample, think it's enough, skip the revision round to save money or to move faster, and they go straight to bulk. And then the bulk order arrives and the fit issue that was there on the sample is now on 500 garments and you cannot sell them. A fit issue at the sampling stage can cost you maybe a few $100 to fix. At bulk, it can literally cost you your entire production. So you don't want to skip the revision rounds ever. Your brief to your tech back to your sample request. Before you even contact a manufacturer, you should actually have your brief done. Who is the garment for? What is it? What does it need to do? Then from that brief, you build the full specification document. Then and only then do you submit your sample request. Your sample review to your fit approval to your fabric sign off. So you receive your sample. You try it on the right body, not just yours. You want to do it on ideally someone who also matches your target audience. You review every detail. Does the fit work? Does the fabric feel right? Does the construction match your spec? You give feedback, the manufacturer adjusts, and you go again until you are happy. Then you formally approve the fit and sign off on the fabric. This is a checkpoint, so don't move forward until you are genuinely happy. Then you have your bulk production to your QC check and your delivery. So now you go to production, right? Your approved sample is the standard that every unit in the bulk run should match. Before delivery, a quality control check is done, right? Either by you, your manufacturer, or a third party to make sure the bulk matches the approved sample. Then it's delivery. That's it. That's the whole process. So it's simple on paper, it's discipline in practice. And the brand owners who follow this process are the ones who sell out their first run and come back for more. The ones who skip steps are the ones who actually end up being frustrated, out of pocket, and telling people the clothing industry is too hard to break into. It's really not too hard. You just needed the map. Thank you guys for watching this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content.